All right, scratch early in the morning. Sci-Fi Express lane. They haven't changed. That time hasn't changed yet, so I got to use my studio lights. They're not the best lights in the studio, but this is Jeff Carroll, sci-fi writer, comic book man, filmmaker, novelist, you name it. But most of all, I'm a political guy. You know, I mix my politics, my knowledge of history into my stories. All right, and today I want to express a little bit of frustration with October's movies. You know, oh my God, this is called How October Ruined Movies, something like that. I think that's what I'm gonna say, because I personally feel that the pressure of Halloween and scary movies has been too much in the month of October for movies. I remember, you know, but it's the time that we want to see horror movies, you know, and horror movies come out all year long, come out in September, come out in February, but yet on Halloween we don't get any horror movies. TV is playing them like crazy. TV is playing like you name it. They stopped running Star Wars movies, stopped running Avengers movies, really. And now they'll run all of Halloween, Michael Myers. They'll run Friday the 13th on Friday the 20th, you know. And American Werewolf, I done seen Get Out like 5 times already. So they know they back in the good movies, you know. Who's not gonna play Get Out? Who's not gonna play Halloween and Freddy? And then they may throw some what do you call it? I didn't really see the old classics, the Frankensteins and stuff like that. You know, those are good. But yeah, something clicked with some of the classic horror movies. But we still have some modern classics that they didn't, you know, that I haven't seen. Maybe some network picked them up, Hulu, Tubi, Amazon. You never know. Maybe even Disney put some horror out there. But the Regals, the AMCs, the Landmarks, the Cobb Theaters, the Edwards, right? None of these big theaters had anything to show. And I don't necessarily blame the theaters themselves, because they will put anything that's good. If you did Get Out 2, The Revenge of Get Out, if you did, you know, you name it, the Halloween 25, they will play it. You know, and of course, like, Halloween is probably the only one that is bold enough to come out in October and Halloween. Last movie I saw actually was a horror movie. It was the beginning of October, I believe. I don't even know. It might have been September. But it was the True Believers, the Exorcist True Believers, the one where the Catholic religion got their neck broke. They got twisted, and it graduated out of what do you call it? It's Catholicistic framework. It's Catholicistic dominance. You know, something that, you know, has been a benchmark for the exorcisms movies, right? That, you know, you got to get a priest. You can't get a reverend. You can't get a pastor. You can't get a study group leader. You know, none of those people do. You can't get a shaman. You can't get a root doctor. You had to get a priest. Like, you know, they're the only ones that can take somebody out. I did like when Poltergeist did it, but they weren't exorcising a person. They brought in a little, you know, a shaman lady, you know. But yeah, Halloween is the scary time. Yes, we want to be scared. Oh my God, what happened? What happened, Hollywood? Y'all got horrific horrific stories like, the flower thing with Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. Who wants to watch that? Look, the memo is we don't want to see defeated stories. We don't want to see these stories of white people dominating us. We've seen that. We've watched that. We've lived that. God, dog. This is a story about a dude that swindles the native indigenous out of their oil money from their land that they were given. It's a horrible story. It's a Jeffrey Dahmer story. He kills everybody connected to the land, and then he finally, one of the dudes gets away, and I think they lived until the 80s, right? That's horrible. Who wants to hear that? Who wants to read that story? Come on. You're killing me, right? But they are killing us. And they're killing them in the story. Yeah, I got probably like that much Haitian blood, and I probably got that much Cherokee blood, but I damn sure amplify all of it. I amplify it, because the rest is African, all right? So and it's all African, you ask me. So anyway, I'm feeling for my indigenous. And of course, they celebrated, Children of the Flower Moon or something. Listen, they celebrated the film because it didn't use white people playing indigenous people. Okay, I give you, that is a step up. What kind of step is that? They're not supposed to be playing indigenous people either. We're celebrating what? It's not equality. The story is horrible. The book was a horrible story. Maybe write the book because the atrocities need to be documented and people need to know of these atrocities, no doubt. But do it as a documentary. Making it a live action story with an action director who feels he can make better movies than superhero movies is not the way to do it. Then what's the other corny, I would like to say, corny ass with Z's, right? Corny ass horror movie they released. It's not even a classic. You tell me Hollywood don't have better horror movies than Night at Teddy's or whatever, the Attack of the Teddy Bears. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're insulting me. That should be the second choice. You need to give me True Believers. Every other horror movie, I guarantee you there's a horror movie coming out in November or December. That's the movie that should have been released in October. Come on, guys. Stick with the theme. Did October get mad? Did October say, I don't want any more horror movies? You guys are scared. October is not scary month. Is there some type of October committee that took issue with the amount of horror movies that we had in October? Come on, guys. You're killing me. You're killing me. This is ridiculous. I paid a movie pass. I wouldn't care if you had an Avengers movie. Move Miss Marvel up. Move Hunger Games up. Make a seventh Lord of the Rings. Come on, something. It's ridiculous. We got other movies on the shelf. They're actually releasing movies that could be released in theaters on streaming platforms. Tyrese got a good movie. That the Dana Rustin movie kind of looks interesting. I would have gone and saw that. I think even Till was released in October. Till is a horrific story. I tried to book Mamie Till, his mother, and it's so horrible. Nobody wanted to even hear it from her mouth. It was one of the most difficult people I ever tried to get bookings for. And I still got her press kit. It wasn't the best promotion, but we never even made enough money to even improve on the promotion and get, pictures and video. Man, and that was released in October. Tyrese, they said, has a police story or something like that I got to check out. And I'm probably going to check it out Friday because I'm not going to the movies. There's nothing to see in the theaters. Not any theater. I don't want to see a replay of the summer movies. This reminds me of the quarantine when I saw Tenet like 8 times. I'm about to go back and see Creator again just so I can eat some buttery popcorn. This is ridiculous. Unbelievable. So you mean to tell me Tyrese's movie, which they say is the second best movie of his career, which I don't think Baby Boy was. I like Fast and Furious 2 if we got to go Tyrese. Shoot, all of the Fast and Furious he's been in were better than Baby Boy. And maybe I got to see Baby Boy again, but I'm not the thug, drug dealing, gangster type dude. I don't like those movies per se. You got to give it to me with the Wu-Tang Clan, American Saga story. I like the way Rodney Barnes put it together. Or you got to give me Godfather of Harlem and The Wire. And that's it. That's it. So Baby Boy, nah. But I did like him with Homegirl from Pirates of the Caribbean, who was in the, what's their story? The one that took place in New Orleans. The police story. That to me was probably Tyrese's best work. And that's sad because he wasn't the main character. All right. He was all right in the Transformers. He was all right in Death Race or whatever it was, where they're racing cars and he had the big bumper in the car, you know. But to me, it's a very excited, over the top individual, you know, and he needs a certain story to do that. But when he does, you know, that he likes to do, they like him in Fast and Furious, Transformers, screaming, you know, like he's singing about Coca-Cola in the back of a bus. They like to do that to him. But I liked him when he slowed down and, you know, tamed the big loudmouth black guy. And the Police Story did that. And this movie that he has out now, I think so. I think he might get his humble. He sounds like the type of guy that I would love to destroy in spades. All right? That's the type of dude that I want to destroy. The loudmouth. So, you know, that energy. But it still goes back. You know, here's the last point. If you're still watching, I should have said this earlier. And I think this story is growing, so I don't mind like introducing the topic here because it is an amazing hypothesis. You know, and somebody said that Hollywood is dead. And I'm like, get out of here. Sometimes it takes somebody to say something prolific, ahead of its time, forward thinking, to make people think and question. Hollywood is dead. What does that mean? Well, that means Tyler Perry Studios is up and running. That means RBG, Hip Hop Comics and Flick Studios in Florida needs to get set up because Hollywood is not the end-all be-all of film production as it was before. I hope and I think it is still the main place you can go to get multi-million-dollar, $500 million movies produced, right? Because I think it still's got that Hollywood film money that is just hard to pull together anywhere else outside of Hollywood. So I do think the Marvel blockbusters, the Avatars, all of these big Dune level movies, they're gonna still have to be started and have some roots in Hollywood. As you know, Hollywood, you know, going back to the Ten Commandments movie, they don't shoot exclusively in Hollywood. That's not what they're talking about when they say Hollywood. What they're talking about is that the movie company and the production is out of Hollywood. And I think that has changed. I think the writers and actors strikes, the actors are still on strike, has been related to that. And I also think AI, you know, and AI is nothing but technology. And what took down record companies? Yeah, we still got record companies, but YouTube and streaming platforms, you know, for music took record industries down. It didn't necessarily take radio down because once the movie is out, radio can pick it up and play it. But the exclusivity that music industry had, and record companies had over, you got to come to us to get a quality production. Nope. Dudes is making records in their house with electronic equipment. They're singing, they're mastering it, and they're releasing it. I don't even know if big studios have the monopoly they used to have on music production. Yeah, the music sounds trash, but people like it. And it's not about how good it sounds in the commercial world. It's about how well do people like it. So anyway, Hollywood might be dead, but I do know that October is horrible for movies, and that's what I'm laying my hat on. Somebody fix October. This is ridiculous. We need better movies. All right, I'm out.